Thank you for being here. I am Kennedy from the Whitening Co, as you know. Can you please introduce yourself?
Dr Tony Dey, dentist.
Oh, that sounds so much more professional than mine. Dr. Kennedy Anderson.
Yeah, I throw it in there.
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
My kids say, but you're only a dentist.
Okay, Tony, and what business do you run?
Custom Street Dentist is my main practice here in Auckland. Been doing that year 5 at the moment, year 6 with that practice.
At Custom Street?
Yeah.
Wow, crazy. We've known each other for a very long time now, since the very start of the Whitening Co, actually.
Yes.
And you have been quite a big name for not just myself, but in the dental industry here in New Zealand.
Yeah, it started pretty early. It was something I wanted to do maybe when I was about 15. I decided I wanted to be a dentist.
Teeth at 15.
Sort of tried to stay pretty focused on it. Struggled through my first year, but then, refocused and decided that's what I wanted to do. Dental school at Otago, great time. Did a bit of stuff in Dunedin and, moved to Auckland. Opened and bought a practice in Ponsonby. Ended up selling that off to a big conglomerate, big Lumino, the dentists.
The ones, yeah.
Yeah, whitening was a big part of what we're doing then. And
well, whitening's been a part of your journey since like back then, I remember, right?
Yeah, huge.
Do you want to talk a little bit about that? The early days deal that you did?
Yeah, it was fun. Yeah, we're probably still at primary school.
This is how I found out about it as well, though. So I feel like maybe college, but I remember when we first knew about you, it was definitely through this. Yeah. Yeah.
So we they had that Grab One.
Yeah.
And we went on Grab One and sold a bunch of whitening.
It was like a bunch, right?
816 $200 whitenings in one day.
Yep.
And then we rolled that every 3 months for a little while.
Yeah,
Everyone was sort of laughing at us how we're going to do all of that whitening. Not that far from where your studio is really. Yeah. We set up a 4-chair studio, knocked up the walls in the holidays,
oh my God,
got an account at Bunnings. Yeah, so then we had the 20th of the month after to pay.
Yeah.
Yeah, this flowed from there. That's when the people came in, and whitening's that key first thing.
It's a lead gen for you, right?
Yeah, but also from cosmetic dentistry.
True.
The first thing you do is, should we just whiten your teeth and see what happens?
Before they change their whole smile, right?
Totally.
Let's just see if the confidence increases just from that. Nice. I felt like you were very for the people and for your community. And I don't know, it kind of showed. You were pushing the boundaries of even cosmetic dentistry and stuff quite early on. So I think that's a big part of why we connected very early anyway. Sure. And I think you connected maybe business and dentistry quite well together, right? You do have quite a cool business background as well, I would say. Yeah,
the business of dentistry, it's something that you don't teach you at dental school.
No, I bet.
And it's so much about the teeth, and it's what the patient wants. And so frequently people go, it'd be nice if it's a bit whiter.
And that's naturally where my next question goes is, how often does teeth whitening come up in your practice? Because I think exactly that. It's potentially not always the most needed procedure for everybody, but I feel like it's something that for us on our side at the Whitening Co, people are coming in potentially almost to replace dentistry, which is why I feel like I want to be so affiliated with dentists and partner with you, purely because I know our place in the market, and I think it's pressed right up against your world, but it's definitely not the same. And I think it's really important that people realize that in New Zealand there is quite a oral care
void.
Yeah, maybe that's the way to put it. Now you use the Whitening Co in clinic as well.
Yeah.
How's that been so far?
Patients love it.
Awesome.
Everyone's happy with it. There's lots of other guys out there over the years doing this, that, and the other thing. It's just great to have, a Kiwi company just up the road even that we can rely on and work together with to deliver that care. So we're enjoying it.
Yay, I appreciate that. Also, just for full transparency, Tony's been helping me for quite a while now, almost so much so that we've been able to test formulas with you, not necessarily fully weighed in, but the idea that I could have that second opinion with you and create something that you actually stuck with for so long, is really obviously quite positive towards us, not just because of the results, but I think, yes, as you said, it's a Kiwi brand, but it's that fact that we know every single thing that goes in it, and I feel really comfortable telling you that so that you can go and on-sell it. These ingredients need to be so clear and so purposeful within this formula because it's your entire reputation and practice on the line. And I think about that every time we sell something to you. So to put it out publicly now is quite a compliment. So thank you.
No problem, Ken. Most patients are wanting to have their teeth whiter. It's a key part of our new patient questionnaire is, do you want whiter teeth? And
just ticking off absolutely always. Is there anyone that's no?
I guess there must be some, but they're the minority. Well. We use a lot of Whitening Co TWC products and clinic stuff, take-home stuff, even strips.
Oh.
Yeah, it was not.
At the start, he wasn't so.
Originally a big fan of strips, but
that was strips in general, guys,
yes.
Not just the Whitening Co strips. But I agree. I think there was, when I created the product, there was quite a lot of negative about them online, to be fair.
Yeah, and they're great support
Yes.
for my in-clinic stuff. Keeps people fresh for longer, so even using myself.
Stop it. What's your flavour?
Well, whatever you gave me.
I think it was Arctic Spring.
Arctic Spring.
When I first approached you about becoming an ambassador for the Whitening Co., you weren't obviously against, but you were hesitant around something like the platinum strips. Now, walk me through that. What is your experience with strips? Is it a negative dental thing in general?
With strips, it's the concentrations and makeup of them is actually in them and who made them, and the accessibility a bit too. So we want to be sensible with how often we're using them. I like your strips the way that they fit, the whole tooth, not just part of the tooth, but some of those early strips were there's some pretty dodgy ones out there back in the day, as you'll remember. So to
be fair, even our early days ones, it wasn't that they were necessarily dodgy, it's that we had designed them for product, not designed them for our customer. And before we got into dry strip technology, which is why they fit so well now, they used to be so like gluggy and had so much gel and they just move around. Now, I was still very proud of the formula, but as you know, as a dentist, formula is only like, it's a big part, but it's only a certain amount. It's application, use, all of those things are so important. And so for us, it's kind of now like approaching a dentist like yourself and going, oh, do you want to be a part of it now? More so than, hey, please rep our strips. I feel like we're onto something quite good,
Yeah, great. No, they're good product, buddy. Well done.
Thanks. Safety is always a big concern for us, whether it's in studio or at home. What are the main dental concerns? What are dentists actually afraid about at home teeth whitening products?
In general, a lot of take-home products are actually quite safe, particularly ones that are well researched. It's probably just using that as an alternative to seeing the dentist. It's not going to clean your teeth for you. It's not going to give you a hygiene treatment. It's not going to fill a cavity.
So that's the dental pushback usually. It's like the response that this is a substitute, not like an add-on.
Correct.
When it comes to things like safety of ingredients, how much of that is important to the dentist? Do they really care about the ingredients that go into it, or is it more about the brand trust?
Yeah, look, the ingredients are critical, and there's a lot of people out there in the past and now that you're not really sure of exactly what's in the ingredients. The wrong concentrations and delivered the wrong way, this stuff can be dangerous.
Our strong active ingredients, and we've always said that our brand is dental grade and high quality focus. We're not a supermarket brand. We want to make sure that our customers understand that, sensitivity can be involved, or a product like this needs to be treated with caution. It is a potent ingredient, and I feel like something like hydrogen peroxide can have such negative connotations to it, but I feel like in New Zealand, being such high beauty standards, dental standards, we do have really great limits for a reason, which is kind of why we designed ours to be 6.9% hydrogen peroxide. We wanted to be pressed up right against that limit. So we want to make sure people understand the strength to it, but we also really want people like dentists to see that we are using the ingredient that's been proven the most. We're trying to just make sure we get results, not so eco-driven or anything like that. We're very results driven, I would say.
Yeah, it comes down to the right product at the right concentration for the right amount of time.
Exactly, right? It's not rocket science. Right? Yeah. Does teeth whitening in general ruin your enamel, in your opinion?
Yeah, hydrogen peroxide, key ingredient of a lot of whitening products, including your own, has potential to damage enamel.
Absolutely, serious product.
Totally. So you've got to have the right concentrations. It's got to be delivered properly. So the concentrations and stuff that you're talking about in TWC stuff, not going to damage your enamel if used properly. Even if you abuse it, it's going to be difficult to damage your enamel, but used most definitely in the way that it's designed, then it's not going to damage your enamel. Some of the higher grade stuff, some of the stuff in dentists, some of the old original whitening products that we would use, absolutely 100% reduce the strength of enamel for a short period of time afterwards. That's why that grade needs to be done at the dentist.
Totally. And we couldn't agree more, right? We have partners for that reason. We only operate at a certain level, and then we allow our formula to be used at a higher level only under the scene of a dentist. I don't want to pretend like the words hydrogen peroxide or teeth whitening in general won't hurt you. More safety concerns that absolutely, if abused or used wrong or in the wrong hands, can absolutely cause damage. And I want to make that really, really clear. However, there are so many products and studies and limitations out there now that we are creating products that are built for you. If we truly had enamel damaging products on the market, we would not have lasted this long. And I think that's like really, really apparent to us now that we can kind of actively say that. But you hit the nail on the head there when you said around, the older stuff. It's almost like that has damaged the teeth whitening industry for so long that people either think it doesn't work, or they just think the second that it gets onto your teeth, it's just going to strip enamel. In general, when someone has damaged teeth outside of teeth whitening, how would someone know if they have damaged their enamel? Is it purely a sensitivity thing, or what can they look out for?
It's pretty difficult stuff for the person themselves to understand. You'd need a professional review of that.
Basically, sensitivity alone is not just the, if you've got sensitive teeth, you have no enamel left kind of answer.
No, just having sensitive teeth. You can have perfect enamel and still have sensitive teeth. You can have damaged enamel. Thank you.
Louder for the people in the back. Appreciate that.
But why did you want to take all this stuff away from the dentists? It was whitening was the dentist's domain.
True, it was. It was the dentist's domain. Why did I want to? I don't think I wanted to take it away from the dentist. I think I wanted to fill a gap in the market that allowed for people that needed to come in for a spa-like treatment, that wanted to feel like cosmetic dentistry specifically, or cosmetic whitening, I should say, had a spot where you could come in, relax, top up during the year without it needing that checkup. Now, with that being said, we still get people coming into our studios or partner studios instead of the dentist. Now, I want to be put on the record here that we don't stand by that. We also send almost every single person that can't be whitened over to you, because we want to make sure that our customers get the best results and without damaging themselves. I think some people are nervous about the dentist, whether they have had bad experiences or just, in general, it is a expensive, more scary thing to do. But I just wanted them to be able to feel like if they had an event coming up or if they had a job interview, I wanted to be able to improve their confidence. And then honestly, I do believe the more they take care of their teeth, the more likely they are to then go into a dentist afterwards. So to me, it felt like a natural fit more so than against each other.
Yeah, that's my thing too. People that want to widen their teeth also want to look after their teeth. People that want to widen their teeth want to get a veneer or
exactly. It's like a gateway
replace
drug.
That missing.
Yeah.
So yeah,
you get a DM probably once a week, if not multiple times a week, around sensitivity, how it can handle, how we can stop it. What's your view on sensitivity, not just in whitening, but just sensitivity in general?
Yeah, sensitive teeth, big thing, big problem. Huge variety of causes, from gum problems to tooth problems to decay to diet to grinding your teeth at night. All sorts of things. Whitening and sensitivity has always been a big thing, and that comes down to concentration, duration.
Just by applying the strip onto your teeth isn't necessarily going to cause more sensitivity. If you have sensitive teeth, let's absolutely treat that carefully, and maybe that's reduced treatment time or how often you do the product, but it isn't the thing that's necessarily going to cause lifelong sensitivity.
Yeah, if you're going to be getting your teeth whitened and you've knowingly got sensitive teeth, you're going to have to be a bit careful.
Of course.
You think about concentrations, think about duration, think about method, and that may make the actual process a little bit more uncomfortable, but there's not a lot of evidence to show hydrogen peroxide type whitenings causing long-term tooth sensitivity. It is a very safe treatment.
Yeah.
And even if your teeth are imperfect or your gums are imperfect, these sorts of concentrations, you're not going to cause new problems.
I feel very comfortable selling to the market knowing that, and also knowing that no matter what, even if something like that does come up, we've got the right avenues and the right ways to treat it, that we will make sure we take care of every single one of our customers. We even come to you. Tony, this one comes up a little bit for us at the moment. When someone's using a product like a purple strip, for example, versus a hydrogen peroxide dry strip like the platinum strips, what's the biggest difference to the reaction process that's actually happening on the tooth, and why do we get such different results when doing those?
Sure, the hydrogen peroxide actually penetrates through the enamel into the dentine inside the tooth and cleans it. That's how I...
removes it, right?
It goes in and it breaks up the double bonds. So all these staining molecules are tightly held together. It goes in there and breaks up those molecules. It sort of spreads them out, makes them look less dark. That's how it works. Some of the other products around will mask that. They use photochemistry sort of solutions to make it look whiter, mask those stains.
We are purposely trying to associate ourselves with the brand that will help you remove those stains. More of a chemical and factual based method that allows us to actually break down and remove the stain. That's our goal.
Hydrogen peroxide, been around quite some time, works well. The chemistry's proven.
A frequently asked question is, if I do the exact same treatment as someone else, why do my results differ?
Yeah, everybody's going to get slightly different results. The main difference is everybody's teeth are made up slightly differently. The thickness of your enamel, the quality of your enamel, the age of your enamel, how many other fillings you might have had, what other sorts of treatments you've had, all make quite considerable difference to the effectiveness.
Even lifestyle then comes into play. We cannot tell someone that they can't have 7 cups of coffee that day and still get the exact same results. But it's so nice to hear that it actually can be down to, some people's teeth are just coloured differently, right?
Totally. Yeah, and being sensible about how to manage it pre and post whitening. If you're doing a strips, you have to be careful with what you're drinking to get maximum effect. Don't have that beetroot health drink or the turmeric
straight
latte.
After. Please.
Don't turmeric lattes, eh?
If you would like this to last, please just lay off the coffee for just that little touch. I believe that you've probably become quite the smile guy when it comes to veneers in New Zealand. When whitening just cannot get you there, I feel like veneers are an amazing next option to make someone smile, their confidence. It kind of plays into the same category. What's your opinion on it? Why have you become this veneers guy?
Off the back of all the whitening we did back in the day, there's just some people that teeth won't go white or won't go white enough for what they want. Best way to manage shape and colour with your teeth is to do porcelain veneers, and we've become go-to people, I think, for porcelain veneers.
Definitely. It's like an art.
What we do is there's a lot of fancy digital tech out there. We have it all, we use it all, but most of our stuff is handmade and handcrafted by artisan ceramists, one by one. None of this generic digital stuff.
Okay, that's very cool.
That makes a difference.
Makes the biggest difference. Yeah. That's probably why the shape, I guess, matters so much.
And the whole smile and the person all gets pulled into the one thing.
What's that feeling like for you? Because I know it's pretty crazy for us when they walk up out of the chair, they walk up to the mirror and they're just like beaming. Yeah,
some people go, why would you want to be a dentist? But those moments, they can be fantastic.
The difference can be so massive on someone. Sometimes they jump, for us, like an S32 to an S28.
Huge.
Quite a big jump, even though they are still, on the yellower side. The confidence that they can feel from that lift. I've seen the videos of when your patients go into the mirror and they've just had their trial smile put on.
Yeah, no, it's a fun part of our game. It's those trial smiles. Yeah, when we mock up what their new smile is going to look like, we get some amazing reactions. And all of those people, they start with a whitening, Ken, every time.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. What's your genuine dentist answer? Can whitening in general change veneers?
Unless you've got 28 veneers, like every single tooth with a veneer on it, which I don't have any patients like that.
It's a full set.
Yeah, then whitening's going to do very little for someone like that. But most people have got a few veneers or some fillings on their front teeth. Often a whitening can lift their teeth in and lift their smile. Yeah, sure, sometimes we need to change some fillings afterwards, but a lot of the time it just enhances your smile anyway.
Nice. No matter what, if you've got real teeth in there, it's going to help enhance and glow, right? You're not really going to see, hopefully not, a huge dramatic line difference.
Not usually, no. But it's a consideration when we're looking at whitening teeth.
Of course. When I first approached you to work together, one of your favourite products was the eBrush. From a dentist perspective, why is this the best toothbrush on the market?
Yeah, our patients are loving it. I'm using it every day. Battery life. Yeah, it's awesome. Yeah. It seems pretty small.
That's 2 to 3 month battery life for all those listening.
That's pretty unusual.
Pretty cool, eh?
And durability, it's been fantastic. I think that the key thing is, brushing your teeth for 2 minutes and having a timer and having vibrations in the right direction. That's all going to help.
Right, exactly. Yeah. So ideally, creating a unique and nice experience in the bathroom was a big factor for us. We can encourage people to, use the 2-minute timer, tell them what section of their mouth they need to be in, and make the overall experience fun and positive. You're absolutely going to get way better results, even when it comes to whitening, right? Like a clean smile, a whiter smile. Those two go hand in hand.
Correct. Yeah, great product.
We were designing something like the Platinum Kit. We had to create a couple of different options on ways to apply the teeth whitening, and the Platinum pen was my favorite by far. I'd like to hear from you if something like this versus maybe the syringes into a mouth guard appeal more or less.
Yeah, I think application, we've talked about a few times today, it's critical, and the pen controls the application pretty well. A lot of patients, went with some of the more dental grades sort of and the funny little molds and stuff. They find it very difficult, and it's bad taste, and too much, too little goes
That's just
everywhere.
It, right? The too much. I find the gel going into the gum guards. I'm actually super pro a guard in general. I think if it's going to actually get the saliva and the dilution away, absolutely. My problem with it is pushing it into there and then up onto your gums.
Very technique sensitive. Yes.
And then finally, that leads us really nicely into the black light versus something like the strips. Just the fact that this actually allows you to do the process quite a bit quicker. So our strips, they can be used 40 minutes on their own, but this actually reduces the time down to 25 minutes. And that's purely just because it actually helps the reaction of the process and the chemical reaction of the process form a lot better on your teeth. You have seen a lot of whitening brands in your time, I'm sure, come and go past your eyes. Definitely. Why the WhiteningCo? What makes you want to associate yourself with us, and why now?
I think the product is excellent. Patients like it. It's easy to use. It's got a whole suite of support products that all look good. A lot of the other dental stuff is sort of marketed to me as a dentist, but that's not as attractive to the patient. So it's a whole sort of group of products that I can recommend.
And how important is it to you that this is a New Zealand brand that you can get response back to? We can talk to you about those reactions or how it works, or even improve the future of our products as well.
Dentistry is a relationships game. I have a relationship with my patients, and the same here. I've got a relationship with TWC and yourself and the team, so that makes a huge difference for me.
Totally
I feel supported,
Nice, man. It's really important to us to be partnering with someone that actually oozes the idea of really, really good oral care. I think it's really important that New Zealanders across the board need to understand what they're putting in their mouths and why certain ingredients work better than others. So we feel really strongly about that too, and I can't wait to make New Zealand sparkle together. Let's do it.
Awesome.
Perfect. Yay, guys.